Yo, this is the Battle Blaster coming back at you. Talking some real shit tonight. I thought I'd weigh in on the Gayle King and Oprah situation. Do I have a dog in that fight? Not really, but I do have something to say about it. And this goes back to me saying, excuse me, y'all, coughing and everything, I'm choking. It goes back to me saying, never play with other people's toys. See, Gayle King got beside herself with her little escapade she did on R. Kelly. Got the man to act all out of his character, whatever the case may be, or got to him somehow, which honestly, I think R. Kelly shouldn't have broke down like that. He should just kept his cool and was able to talk to her with some type of intelligence. So I don't know. But she got to him, broke him. This woman is very condescending. She's like her best friend Oprah. Oprah Winfrey. And Snail King. It's just like her. See, the funny thing about this woman is she went a couple days after, I think like 2 or 3 days after Kobe passed on, him and his daughter and the others that died with them in the tragic helicopter crash. Gayle had nerve to have what's her name on there? Leslie from the NBA. Had her on there and tried to get her to do the sister girl thing, like, we're teaming up on black men, come and join us. And Leslie was like, hey, nah, I'm cool. No, he wasn't like that. That wasn't his character, Other NBA stars probably would have done it, and I've been around those type of guys, but Kobe wasn't that type of dude. She was on cold, as they say, you know what I mean? And Gayle, through some real funny ass shady shit. Yeah, you would say that. You were his friend, so you couldn't see that. And then she said some other shit like, what did she tell her? Basically telling her, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, and you should basically, like, her telling Leslie was like telling that woman to basically, you don't know nothing, so just shut up and agree with me, basically. That's how it was. And the young woman handled herself, with class and showed some intelligence that Gayle Snail King did not have. Okay? So Snoop, later on, a lot of people, they pissed off with her, so they went off on this wig-headed motherfucker. Terrible wig at that. And started telling her, he's coming after her. What? He said he's gonna, basically he's telling her, we're gonna drag your ass across Twitter or across the media, across social media as we can, and then you had the slop, white dick sucking fucking mammy, what's that heifer, I'm gonna call her, her last name's Rice, Susan Rice, come up and she's telling Snoop to stand down and shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down, and you need to, his army's gonna come after you, don't you threaten her and all this shit. And then you got Mammy Oprah going on to The View, whatever the hell TV show she was on. She's not doing well. Fake crying, and the misogyny, the terror. Oh, you know what? you don't even go that hard for black women, ladies. So I don't understand why, but I do understand because, see, being in show business will let you understand how things work. Okay, in other words, this is what I'm talking about. This is what leads me into saying, stop. No, never play with other people's toys. You know, learn how to bring your own toys to the person's style. Let's put this: always bring your own toys to the table if you want to play. We should have our own media. We should have had our own media since the 60s. Since the 60s, we should have had our own cable companies in the 70s. We should have had our own television studios. We should have had our own television companies. We should have had our own cable division. We should have had our own cable providers. We should have had our own companies. We should have been moving. We should have been pushing ourselves forward into the future, because these people can control the narrative on everything. The way the world looks at us. The way the world sees black people is through white people's perception. They put it out there and they go with it. Case in point, when I grew up, when you heard rap music wasn't a bad thing. Rap music was pretty cool. Rap music was a party jam. It became a political statement. And then it just went downhill from there. And I mean, literally, listen to a lot of rap music today. You got a lot of mush mouth rappers who ain't rapping about nothing. Excuse me. Then they got this stupid ass battle rapping, which there's no music. They're just people. I went to the store and I found me a dog. The dog barked at me and I told the dog, shut the fuck up before I slap you in your nose. The dog said, yo, woof, woof. And then I smacked him in his nose. That's what they consider rap nowadays. They consider this rap. Hubba da bubba da beeba da bubba da Brutus and beef cake. Have me some beef cake. Don't come too late. Hubba da beef cake. That's rap music now. Rap music is no longer Fight the Power or Lyrics of Fury or You Must Learn or I Get the Job Done or Raw or what is another one? What is a good one? What is a good one? Let's say Bust the Move was a fun one. Too Legit to Quit. We can go a little further into that. Right now, I'm Schoolie D and those guys. You know what I mean? Those were good raps. Those were fun raps. And a lot of it was educational after a while. You know what I mean? A lot of it was helping our children and helping the young people, like people of my decade, to learn more and want to learn more. But once it got into the hands of the Jewish individuals who wanted to control it, they saw the money coming into it. They said, we know how to get in between these people and their product, and we can capitalize on it. And thus, the record companies came in because at one time, remember, rap music was considered by white folks to be a passing fad, like break dancing and you know, graffiti and all that. But if you go all over the world, they got battle dancers, battle break dancing. They got groups that battle break dances. They battle in street dance. Things that we were doing from the late 70s all the way into the 80s. But if you go there, you'll see people that's not, you see more people that's not black people doing it. This was cultivated by blacks, and I must say this because they were right there when it was being developed. I must say this, Latinos. Rap music was developed by black people, period. You can't sit here and say Latinos to help develop it because that's a damn lie. Y'all seen it, you would latch onto it as it developed. There wasn't really no real Latin or Puerto Rican or Mexican or anything rapping back in the early 80s or the late 70s. It was nothing but black people doing it because it was a party jam. Don't get me wrong, y'all were there. Y'all was pop locking along with us. You was dancing to the music along with us. Hell, man, if you see breaking or what's the Beat Street, you see a lot of Spanish brothers out there pop locking and break dancing and doing all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because it was a cultural thing. You saw us doing it. Y'all came in, started doing what we were doing. And y'all brought some elements into it that we didn't do. Y'all had some little pieces that y'all would do, and like I said, it was funky. So you helped develop the dance along with us. But when it comes to rap music, no. That was developed all by blacks. Y'all just came along in and y'all rode the wave along inside. But with that being said, the music industry didn't want rap music at first. And then they turned around and put rap into the mainstream. Thanks to people like Run DMC for breaking the mold. Okay? Because they had, I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs call me sire. So you had these individuals singing music like that, and then they come out with Rock Box, and then what really punched them through the ceiling was Walk This Way, the remake of Aerosmith's Walk This Way, which I thought that was their song until a friend of mine, he bought me for my birthday, because I love that song so much. He bought me the album. I thought he bought me a Monkees album. He bought me the Walk This Way album, Run DMC album, and it's so cold because I remember what it was. So make a long story short, yeah, I remember the album cover and everything, but make a long story short, he bought it for me. And that was the thing that kind of helped propel them straight through that wall, which made them mainstream. Had them packing arenas and shit like that. Concert arenas and concert halls. You dig what I'm saying? Run DMC was the first ones to do it. And don't let nobody sit here and tell you Eminem was the first one. That's bullshit. It was Run DMC. See, a lot of these millenniums and all these crack babies nowadays, they don't know what the fuck they talking about because they're not real hip hop enthusiasts. If you're a real hip hop enthusiast, you'll go back way before you were born, and you will find out how did rap get into the mainstream, and who were the leaders of the mainstream people. People like Curtis Blow, Run DMC, who was another mainstreamer, Biz Markie, you know what I mean? So you had those individuals that came out and they were mainstreaming it. And it was all due to Curtis Blow and basically Run DMC. I don't even know why I'm getting onto this, but anyway. But like I said, the whole thing is, because we allowed people to get in our way and become a buffer, so to speak, between us and our money, we have fallen off. So when you are dealing with people in Hollywood when it comes to entertainment, now let's talk about in Oprah's case, like, the television industry area. They have paymasters. They have people who are their handlers who are telling them, if you do this, you'll get this. But if you don't do this, we're going to cut your throat. Not physically, most of the time. A lot of it is career suicide. We're going to stop feeding you. We're going to stop making sure that you eat. We're going to stop and make sure that you don't have nothing else coming onto the table. We are not going to offer you anything anymore. You are now no longer a tool of ours. You are now broken, and you are now sitting down in the trash where you belong. See, you have to understand, Oprah Winfrey is in the house. She's a house slave. She's in the kitchen cooking. Gayle can only go up to the porch. That's all Gayle can do. Gayle moved from the field to the porch very fast. And Gayle's trying to get in the house, in the kitchen with Oprah. And that's why she did this. She tried to do that piece on Leslie, letting her, Lisa Leslie, trying to say that Kobe was a bad dude. You know what I mean? Come on. If you go back and see the trial and you hear everything, it was dismissed because the girl had fucking every other man in the world's fucking semen up in her drawers, man. Come on, the bitch was living foul, man. I don't even know how Kobe could stand to fucking put his dick up in some bra with 7 other different semens in her drawers. Come on, man. That bitch was fucking all day long. She like a skeezer all on the street, you know? But that's the way things go. And like I said, Kobe was dismissed. He didn't rape the girl. But see, now this man's gone, and it's fucked up, because what hurts me the most, even though I don't know this man, and it hurts me the most, is his daughter died in the crash with him. Now, I'm not a big Kobe Bryant fan. I've never been a big sports fan. I'm not. I swear, if Dr. J were to walk past me today, I wouldn't even know Dr. J if I were to see him. And I used to love Dr. J. But, you know what I mean? It wouldn't bother me. Hell, I was at one store where I worked at. Randall Cottingham and some more of the Eagles ran up in there, and my boss introduced me to him at the time when I was working for the guy. And they was coming in there looking at Corvettes and shit. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know, they introduced me to the guys. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I didn't know who the fuck them dudes were. I wasn't like, oh, wow, Randall Cottingham. Oh, can I get your autograph? My boss was like, you was cool as a cucumber. I said, I don't know them motherfuckers. I said, they ain't nobody to me. I said, what, because they toss a football? I said, shit, they getting paid more money than what they should be getting paid, but I'm not hating on them. I said, they getting paid for doing what they like doing. Hey, congratulations. I'm not the type of guy to flip and flop over a motherfucker, but hell, if it was like, let's say it was Prince, probably, God rest his soul, and I got to meet him, I would try to be cool and shake his hand and be like, hey, man, I really appreciate, you making music, blah, 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 whatever. And that would have been it. But inside, I'd be jumping like a little bitch inside, probably. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's not neither here nor there. But, let's get back onto the subject at hand. See, that's how things work. Gayle fucked up when she did that interview. And you went after that man and tried to throw his allegations in his friend's face and out there to the world because you felt like this is my way to get into the house with my bitch Oprah. The funny part about this thing between Gayle and Oprah, Snail King and Oprah Winfrey, whatever the hell, the thing that is going to really put these two in the doghouse, because it's coming pretty soon, and watch what I say. See, they allow Oprah to get so big, but Oprah is losing a little by little. Every day she's slipping. See, white supremacy going to figure out after a while you're not really holding these Negroes' attention like you should. And they're going to turn around, they're going to let her go. And they're going to break her up and throw her in the trash. And that day is going to come, and I'm going to smile. I'm going to say no better for her, because you did Michael Jackson wrong. You've done people wrong who reached out to ask you for help. You always got something negative to say about black men especially, but white men can't do no fucking harm. But like I said, you know, that's a woman who got some issues. Barbara Walters asked Oprah on her show one day, on the Barbara Walters show, whatever the hell the show's called. She asked her, did you ever want to be white? And Oprah went down and said, yeah. She tried to, I don't want to say it, but yeah, I wanted to be white. You know, as a kid, I don't think I ever wanted to be white. I'm going to tell you, my thing was, when I was a kid, my favorite color is blue. And when I seen that white people had blue eyes, I was like, wow. And I remember asking my mom, why wasn't I born with blue eyes? Why can't I have blue eyes? My mom's like, well, you're not white. And I said, what you mean? She's like, only people that look like Luke Skywalker? I said, yeah, only they can have blue eyes. And I was like, you know, that was her reasoning. You know, I'm like, wow, you know? And then my mom was like, well, God didn't make you to have those type of eyes. He made you to have brown eyes. She's like, you have beautiful eyes. And I'm like, I wish my eyes were blue like Luke Skywalker's, you know? But like I said, that's the thing. And that's another thing, too. When we are young, we are programmed to believe white is right. Hence, Oprah stating she wanted to be white. You know what I mean? A brainwashing thing. We have always been brainwashed. We are brainwashed into staying at our jobs when we don't want to stay there. We're brainwashed not to want to do nothing more for ourselves. We're brainwashed to stay in the conditions we are in. We're brainwashed to not want to better ourselves sometimes, or to take that risk because of fear. See, fear is another tool of brainwashing, but like I said, we're gonna scratch that. I just want to talk about that for a second, but I'll go back around and we'll probably talk about it later. But the point is brainwashing. And when you can brainwash a group of people and you have no way of no other information source to come out and stop you from being brainwashed, then you done lost the battle. Case in point, rap music was informative when I grew up, when I was a teenager. Now rap is for the people who want to be dumbed down or brainwashed. There's not really that many people out there kicking some truthfulness. And they don't put those type of people on the radio because those people are a threat. You can have Kendrick Lamar on the radio, but he's got to be talking about something less superficial. He can say something smart once or twice, but that's about it. You know? We have to stop being brainwashed in this world. As black people, we got to stop playing with other people's toys. We need to start building our own infrastructures. And that's what I mean about playing with other people's toys. We need to build our own media, because when you have a group of people who sit down and they tell the world everything bad is black, There is no way in the world for you to do what? To how you say it? To how do you say it? To you have no way in the world to fight back against it. You know, against the lie. When black people feel hopeless, then crime ensues. That's not only black people, that's anywhere. You got white people, man, they commit crimes too. When things ain't going well for them, what the hell they do? They go out and rob banks and do whatever the fuck they want to do. Get 5 years to come home. They shoot and kill a cop. They go home after 3 years and say, oh, well, that's okay. I'll try again. With black people, we get hit with the hardest and most unhumane times. You know what I mean? We get the most unhumane sentences. But we have to really start we really had to start learning how to play with our own toys. Get some toys first so we can play with our own toys. We need our own cable companies. We need our own media outlets. We need our own newspapers. You know what I mean? We need everything to honor us. And if anybody who doesn't want that is standing in our way, then we have to move those people out of the way. Because it's time. There's a small awakening that's happening. And I've always said this. I said this back in 2012, 2011. Something is coming. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? It's in the air. Well, God dang it, it is here. Just the beginning alone is here. When we get ourselves waist deep or neck deep into it, it's going to scare the hell out of the world, and it's going to scare the hell out of us. Unless we better ourselves for tomorrow. And like I said, as far as Gayle King, like I said, let me get back on that real quick. Yeah, like I said, Gayle, Snoop said what he said. And like I said, the thing about Hollywood is Hollywood has a, especially in that issue, Hollywood has a, they have paymasters. They have people who are the gatekeepers. You know what I mean? It's like being in the military. You got an E1, E2, you got a sergeant, you got a staff sergeant. You know what I mean? So you have all these first and second lieutenant. You know what I mean? So in Hollywood, it's like the same thing. So when you have that person who's doing all the rough and nasty stuff, that person is like the enforcer for the studios. All right, let's play this. Okay, Harvey Weinstein. Matter of fact, let's say Woody Allen. You go into a Woody Allen audition, and he comes in. Hey, hi, I'm Woody Allen. You care to show your tits? That's the only way we're gonna hire you. Okay, got nice tits. Can we feel them? Okay. Then you feel your breasts. You don't need to feel them in a movie. You just a horn dog, so he wants to feel your titties. And you let him. And that right there gives him power over you to say either, or is he going to make you his star in this next movie or not? That's the way it works in Hollywood. And with these gatekeepers and these people like that, like people like Oprah, who's a gatekeeper, she's there to block a lot of people's a lot of people from getting in. If you don't equal up to her standards, you're not getting in. And I've been seeing that lately. It's a fucking shame, man. But that's the way things are. Hollywood has their group of individuals who how can I say this? Like I said, they have their gatekeepers and they have their, smoozers. And the funny thing is that Gayle King is the smoozer, and she's trying to get into the house. Like I said, she's on the porch, and Gayle and Oprah is in the house, so she's a gatekeeper. When they allow Gayle inside the house, then you're going to see a lot more of Gayle doing a lot more of the same bullshit she was just doing. But with this half-ass, fake-ass apology that she gave, that was bullshit. And like I said, the studio is wrong, because the studio should have said something. They should either put her on suspension, and they took that other woman, the woman that said the LA niggers, that bitch needs to be fired. Allison Morrison, bitch, you need to go. But like I said, I hope people light your ass up on Twitter, because I need to find you and light your ass up. Bitch, make you scared that you won't ever want to come back in the fucking work. And I don't mean threaten you or nothing. I mean make your ass cry for all the fucking bad shit I'm going to say about you. But like I said, Hollywood has its open doors and its closed doors. And the funny thing is, if you are chosen in Hollywood, you have that open door to an extent. Then you have the ones who are super good. They have all the doors open for them. And that's Oprah right now. She has all the doors open for her. But pretty soon, one by one, and the motherfuckers getting closed. And all I can say is, no better for you. And like I said, and as far as Kobe's family, I feel so sorry for their loss and for the loss of the other people that was on board that the helicopter when they all crashed. Because there was children on there too. And that's not cool. But anyway, stop playing with other people's toys. We need to get our own businesses. We need to get our own toys. So this way we can go and combat the hatred of white America. And their bootlicks, black celebrity bootlicks that tries to run interference. And oh yeah, Diamond and Silk called Gayle out in a way. I said, wow, Mammy's calling other Mammy's out? I said, that must be a first. But anyway, that's another story. We'll talk about that later. I'm getting a little tired right now, so I'm going to get up off of here. All right, y'all. Just to hit y'all up on that thing, I think Gayle was wrong, and Snoop, stand strong. Brother, I support you. I stand behind you 100% on what you said. And, fuck that, and hell with Susan Rice with her crazy ass. That motherfucker wanna suck and be around white people. Shut the fuck up and get out of black people fucking get out of black people's conversation, you white devil lover. Alright, this is the Battle Blast. I'm saying peace and I'm out.